Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Joan here, and today's video is going to be about my tattoos. In the past, I've been asked how many times about the designs and where I got them done and if it's painful, things like that. And so I realized I only have a video on my channel on my first experience getting one, but I never updated on the ones I currently have after that. So if you're interested in knowing more about my tattoos and my experiences, please feel free to stay and keep watching. And also, if you have any questions, comments, also feel free to leave it down below. So let's do this. When it comes to getting a tattoo, I have a bunch of rules that I really do follow. One is that you overthink. Think day and night. Think every day before you get that tattoo, because it's permanent and it's more painful if you get it removed. So really think about getting that tattoo. Two, do a lot of research. Really look at who the tattoo artist that you're going to get your tattoo done by, because if you just go to any random tattoo shop just because you think it's a tattoo shop, that's really not a great idea, because you just don't know what they're about. You don't know what kind of equipment they use. You don't know if it's clean or whatever. Just just don't feel it out. Really research about where you're gonna go, because it's quality over quantity. And again, you don't want to have something on your body that you will regret. Three, for me, this is a rule. I get a tattoo in every country. Since my first one, I visit, because that's my souvenir to myself. I don't get any other t-shirt, keychains, things like that. For me, it's been a tattoo. And if I had to do states and cities, then it'll probably be more, but no, I just literally limit it to countries. That's just what works for me. And four, I also want to say that a rule that I go by is that the tattoo, for me, should symbolize and be meaningful. It shouldn't be just something that I just thought of sporadically. It's something that I really feel that connects with me, and that if ever I look at it, it's something that has something that just will live long for the rest of my life. It's not something that is just there and it is what it is. So those are the rules that I go by when it comes to getting a tattoo. Let's now talk about the tattoos I have currently. So the first one was done in Seoul, South Korea. I was 25 at the time, and I remember telling my mom, you can only imagine, Asian parent, I told my mom I was gonna get a tattoo. And maybe if I was younger, she would definitely say no. But the fact that it was going to be, and it is, a tattoo of my father, she didn't go against it. She knew that it symbolized an important person in my life. And especially that my dad passed away a few years ago. Prior to that, then it just was a whole thing. And so she wasn't against it. She wasn't gonna kill me. And like I said, despite the fact that it shouldn't matter what people say, my mom's blessing for my first tattoo at least meant a lot to me. So reason why I went all the way to Seoul to go get this tattoo was because I really admired the tattoo artist that got to do this, who's Uzi, and I knew I didn't want anyone else to do it. I really loved his portfolio, so I reached out, thankful that I also was fortunate enough to have my friend out there to communicate and translate whatever it is that I need to say. And we collaborated because I showed an illustration that I liked and asked him if he could change that person in the illustration to be a photo of my dad, and then still have flowers covering the face, which is a continuous theme throughout my tattoos that you'll see later on. And that was pretty much my tattoo, was my dad with a big peony covering his face, because peonies are beautiful flowers. And it till this day, it's really, I mean, I love all my tattoos, but the first tattoo will always be the most meaningful to me because it's one of my dad, and I can't ever not be appreciative of that moment. It was like everything that I wanted happened. It was like the place where it was done, and I got it, you know, done by the tattoo artist I've always loved, and then it was like a tattoo of my dad, and you just couldn't beat that whole combination. And I've been asked many times, people would be like, oh, in Korea, like, isn't it illegal and this and that? I honestly don't know how it all worked out. I just know that my friend was there to accompany me and communicate. So that's what worked for me. If you have a friend who speaks Korean and you're going to South Korea to get a tattoo done, then maybe that's the best bet. But if I did it just by myself, I probably wouldn't have done it. I felt more trustworthy, the fact that I knew someone that was going to help me with the whole process. And it took months. It wasn't like I went there and decided. Like, it took months to book this appointment and like make it all happen. And this is a common thing that has happened whenever I got my tattoos. It was always the day before I fly out back to wherever country, whether I go back to the US or I go back to the Philippines. It's hilarious. It's like always the same thing. Like, it hasn't, I don't know why the timing is like that, but it's always happened that I get the tattoo the day before I fly. And is there any issue? No, I've never had any issue. As long as you put antibiotics or Aquaphor or whatever, like, cream that the tattoo artist suggests to you, and then you have like saran wrap or whatever to cover it up so it doesn't get infected, then you're all good. But overall, and also when it comes to how painful it is, I think I'm the worst person to ask because I have a huge high pain tolerance. So I have no problems with medical shots or just feeling pain. I don't know how you could reciprocate or receive that, but it didn't bother me. That's pretty much, let's just put it that way. It didn't bother me at all. The first time, yes, it is painful, but like eventually you just get used to it. I don't even know if that sounds right, but that's just how it felt. That was the first tattoo I got. And whenever you get a tattoo, you can customize how big or small you want the piece, the tattoo to be, and you get the template, like design, like pretty much pasted on to you. Like, they have a piece of paper and the ink gets pasted onto your skin, and then if you never have a tattoo, this is me describing it, or you could just look it up on YouTube, and then you have the design pasted on your skin, and then they peel off the piece of paper, and then so they have a template of how they're going. So that's why I'm always used to be curious, like, how do they get it so nice or perfectly like designed? It's like, no, they have like something like a guide to follow the design, and then that's how you get your tattoo. But if you don't like it, they could just rub off the design, the template, and then like position it, print out another thing, and then paste it on, not paste it, but they'll like have like water or some sort of spray, and then have it on the skin, and then peel it off, and whatever you end up finalizing, like, make sure that is the design or position you want. Do not hesitate, do not feel afraid to tell the tattoo artist that you don't like it that way. Like, say it right before it all starts happening, because then that'd be it. So that was my experience with my first tattoo. Second tattoo I got is here in the front, which is just a phrase saying "stay afloat," and this was done in Los Angeles, California. I really like the font that the tattoo artist is known for. I would definitely go back again. This is Robbie. Hi. He just finished doing his thing. Yeah, he's here in LA. Go find him secretly. Yeah. Crazy enough, this tattoo is more expensive than the other tattoos, some of the ones that I have. But I got this phrase because if you followed my journey with mental health, I have always been vocal about what I've been through, and I always try my best till this day to stay positive. So staying afloat is another way of saying I'm trying to stay positive. And it also has like a wave, kind of the way how the phrase is tatted on my arm, and just like a wave. So stay afloat, it's like staying above water, don't sink. So that was why I got to stay afloat, and I wanted to get that tattoo done particularly by this tattoo artist because he was known for his font, and I get that compliment all the time. It's like, oh, I really like the font, and like this guy, this is like how he handwrites. So I got it done in LA with that. So that's my second tattoo, and it was the quickest and least painful because it was just so fast to do because it was just words. So the third tattoo I have, I don't know if I can show it in the best way possible without hurting myself, is this one here. Yeah, her. It's not the best way, but anyways, it's in this side of my arm. So oh yeah, well, this is the best way to show it. There you go. So this one here, yeah, that one. So stay afloat is here, and then we're talking about a little bit higher, we're talking about this tattoo. Yeah, okay. So that tattoo was done in Dubai, UAE, United Arab Emirates. I got this done last year, and this tattoo artist was the first Filipino tattoo artist I ever worked with, and for me, I knew that I wanted to continue again with having a person that has importance in my life, but then also not showing the face, and then using flowers as a way to cover the face, but there was no face. It's literally like no head either, just a bunch of lilies. Lilies are my favorite flower, if you don't know. And so I had lilies instead of peonies, and this person who I got a tattoo of, who will be named Anonymous, this person really showed a lot of positivity in my life at that moment in my life, and there was just no way that I felt like I could not get something that symbolized that person. And for me, there's not that many people that I can thank for helping me live longer. So this person, without trying to cry, this person has helped me in a small amount of time to make me feel the most happiest I've ever felt in a long time. So I have them tattooed on my arm, and we keep it at that. Then the current tattoos, I got 2 current tattoos that I get a lot of attention for, because one is on my hand, which is happy. I got this tattoo, my first hand tattoo. Never thought I was gonna do it. I thought I was just gonna do the whole sleeve, but I didn't think I would do a hand tattoo, which I don't regret. This is actually, to me, one of the coolest tattoos I have. Especially that I use my hands all the time. I get this one this gets a lot of attention, and so, and I knew for a fact I wanted to get a tattoo in the Philippines, and it's pretty cool because the tattoo artist that I worked with, he did the famous 3-star tattoo on Francis Magalona, the Filipino rapper. Small world how I met that guy. But yeah, he was super easygoing to work with, and so I got the first tattoo, which is happy, because when I used to live in the Philippines, the same time when I went to Seoul, South Korea, I was also in my depressive mode, and I had this big incident with my family where I just was really, really upset. And so to apologize, I did the whole Princess Diaries, like the movie where she bought a big pizza, and she had an M&M's sorry, so I wrote sorry with M&M's, and I bought a big pie of pizza and I gave it to my family to apologize for the incident. And then the person responded in M&M's saying happy, that they just wanted me to be happy. So that was such a monumental moment in my life. Trying to not cry again. So then I got it tatted on myself, and yeah, it's a reminder to always stay happy with the smiley face. And then this big piece here, this is one of the new ones, same tattoo artist, is a female warrior, because you know we got male figures. Wanted someone female on my arm, so it's a female warrior. This is the most biggest tattoo I ever got. Didn't imagine it to be this big. Also still covering the face. I knew for a fact that I wanted someone to, like, this one represents how hard I've worked on myself, meaning just all the struggles and ups and downs, and still trying to keep it together and be on this earth, as morbid as that sounds. And so I've always been told, like, every time I feel fear or I feel afraid, that I should wear my warrior outfit and be a strong person and like conquer whatever it is that I'm trying to pretty much defeat. So that's why having a female warrior pretty much symbolizes me as someone who's a strong person and trying to just pretty much go through life with that armor. And yeah, so that's pretty much the tattoo that I got here, and that's it so far. If I had to say which was the most painful tattoo, would probably be this one here. I think this one was the most painful for some reason compared to this big one. This one was painful too, but it wasn't as painful as this one. But we're not gonna keep elaborating talking about pain. And so the feedback that I get from different people, again, I just want to talk about, is that for me, in the end of the day, I do what I feel like I want to do. Nothing stops me, no one stops me, because this is my body. But there are people who say however they speak and express on whatever negative feelings they feel towards tattoos and things like that. And they're entitled to, but in the end of the day, I just don't let that affect me. None of the tattoos I have, I regret again. And I am glad that I got the tattoos that I got, and I still do plan on getting more. And yeah, I think that I've done the most into taking care of them properly and doing the most by making sure that I get it properly done. And I understand why people can feel negative towards it or why they wouldn't do it themselves, but for me, I don't feel the same way as them. So that's pretty much it. Again, I hope you learned something from it, and just think twice if you decide on getting one. It's not something that you should think lightly of. So thank you again for watching. If you have any thoughts, feelings, feel free to leave comments down below, and stay tuned till the next video. Sayonara. It's the end of the video, so don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. If you haven't, it will help me in the long run. Okay, bye.